We picked up our coffee. Coffee number 3. Coffee, coffee, coffee. Welcome back, or if you are new here, welcome. My name is Katrina and I make bookish content here on this channel at least twice a week, and then movie reviews or booked movie content here at the weekend. In the description box you will find all of my social links, including my blog and my Goodreads, so you can keep up with my reading in between times, and I do post written reviews of almost everything I read on both of those places. Also, you'll be wanting to check out my Instagram because I will have posts to do with this week's Readathon video. If reading vlogs are your thing, I will also link my playlist of vlogs up above. I've made a few of them this year. I really enjoy making them and you seem to like them too, so that's why. This week I am going to be taking part in the Gilmore Girls Readathon. This is a readathon running from the 15th to the 22nd. I've just realised the 15th is today. I was thinking that it was tomorrow, but the 15th to the 22nd. Who knew it started today? That's epic. So there are a list of challenges as well as a bingo card for this readathon. So I'm going to take you through what books I'm going to be reading for each of the challenges. I do have a couple that I'm a little bit stuck with. So there are 2 challenges that tick off this one book that I'm reading. Read a book set in a small town and read a book set during fall/winter. I'm going to be reading I Wish It Could Be Christmas Every Day by Millie Johnson. This one came out back in October and this one is on my November TBR. I have it on audiobook and this ticks off both of these challenges, so I'm looking forward to reading this one. And then the next challenge is read a book with complicated love interests. And now I'm hoping, obviously I don't know for certain, but I'm hoping that there are complicated love interests in Love Your Life by Sophie Kinsella. This is the UK cover and then this is the US cover. They look kind of purpley here, but they're both blue. And I'm hoping, being a Sophie Kinsella Queen of Rom-Com novel, that these are going to have complicated love interests in. Then we have read a book by an Asian author, and because it is non-fiction November, I do have a lot of non-fiction books on my TBR this month, so I am going to be reading If You See Me, Don't Say Hi, which is a book of short stories, and I think that these are a mixture of fiction and non-fiction, but I'm not 100% sure, but we do have beautiful deckled edges, and this is by Neel Patel, who is of Asian origin, so I will be listening or reading. I can't decide. I have the audiobook, but I also have the physical book, so we'll see how that goes, but this is what I'm reading for that challenge. And then we have read the next book in the series that you haven't finished. I am going to be reading Pillow Thoughts 4. This is the final book in the Pillow Thoughts series by Courtney Peppernell. I love this series and I've read books 1, 2 and 3. Very appropriate that I can read book 4, and I will be reading this beautiful, strokeable physical version. This is poetry, in case you do not know, and I am very excited to read this one. Maybe I'll start with this one since I didn't realise the readathon had actually already started. How funny is that? And then there are 2 challenges that I don't have solid plans for as yet. One is bake a full treat and watch your favourite episode. So I'm not much of a baker. We'll see what happens. I do have some bananas that are on the turn. Maybe we'll make banana bread. But I'm going to be vlogging this whole week, so you will see. And then in terms of a favourite episode, I really don't know. If I start with episode 1, I will not stop. So I don't know, maybe I will watch the A Year in the Life episodes, because those are quite exciting. And then the other challenge that I'm a little bit stuck with, but hopefully it might be picked up by one of the other books on my TBR, is read a book that features a mother-daughter relationship. So one of those fiction books that I have mentioned might feature a mother-daughter relationship. We might have a mother-daughter relationship in If You See Me, Don't Say Hi. Or we might have a mother-daughter relationship in some of the things that are on my non-fiction November TBR that exists. So I'm going to be kicking off my week of reading that I thought started tomorrow and actually starts today with a true like Gilmore Girls staple, and this is Talking as Fast as I Can by Lauren Graham. I have this on audiobook. I have read it before. It's like a 6.5-hour audiobook, so you know I listen on double speed, so I can read this in 3, and I think it'll be a really good way to like get me in the mood for being all things Gilmore Girls. And then we have the Gilmore Girls bingo card, which is on their Instagram, so go and check that out. And I'm hoping that some of the books on my like actual TBR for the readathon will tick off a couple of squares on that, but also I have some books that I still haven't got to on my November TBR, including More Than a Woman by Moran, which I have on audio, which I'm pretty sure is going to feature some stuff to do with a mother-daughter relationship, and is non-fiction. Then I have Greenlights by Matthew McConaughey, which is obviously his memoir and his non-fiction. And there is a tile on the bingo card that says books that begins with the letter G. So that ticks that one off. And then I also have, it's a physical book, that's why. I also have It Came From the Sky by Chelsea Sidoti, which is a library book. But I do have this one on audio as well. And it's a bit of a kind of like mixed media one, so that could be fun. And I know for a fact that this ticks off a couple of the tiles on the bingo card as well. So there you have my TBR, and I will be vlogging this week, and I will be posting on Instagram this week as well. So there will be lots of things for you to see there. So I will leave you with that vlog footage, and I will see you again at the end of the video to find out what I read and what exactly I did tick off on the bingo card. And if you joined me for any baking, I apologise in advance. Because you cannot begin a Gilmore Girls readathon without coffee, coffee, coffee. I don't know why the creamer likes to separate. It tastes amazing, so it's fine. So I have to go out in about 20 minutes, so I'm just having my coffee and a very quick breakfast whilst I'm listening to some of Talking as Fast as I Can. And on the way to where I'm going, I will pick up an iced coffee from my own Luke's, aka the Panera that's on the way most places from my apartment. So we will get some more coffee on the way. And then I will be listening to the audiobook in my car as well. Seems like a great way to start a readathon to me. I am going to add some sriracha as well. Anyone else totally obsessed with sriracha? I did see a bobble hat that was like red with the green, and I was like, if you know, you know. If you don't, it might just look like a really boring like red and green bobble hat. I don't know. But I'm gonna have this and listen, and I will pop back with you in a little bit. Okay, so we picked up our coffee. It was very, very quick today. That's why I didn't talk to you when I was there. Normally I'd be like, we're waiting for our coffee, but he was out there. He was out there. And I've been listening to Talking as Fast as I Can. It is a 4-part audiobook. If you use Libby or Overdrive, you'll know that the audiobooks come in parts. And I am 1.5 parts in, and she's got to the part where Lauren Graham's going through, she's watching the Gilmore Girls seasons, and I'm like, this is going to make me want to watch all of Gilmore Girls from the beginning again. I can't take on another show right now. So we'll see where we get. But the way she deconstructs the episodes and deconstructs the seasons and deconstructs what's going on is just hilarious. I love her take on it. And then I also love just how funny she is outside of that, talking about her early acting career and her personal life, and of course Hollywood diets and what's good for you and what isn't. That's just always great. I realised that this can count as my mother-daughter relationship one, because of course she talks about Lorelai and Rory and her relationship with Alexis. She's spoken about her mother. She's spoken about how Kelly took on her mother figure when they were filming as well, and so this counts as the mother-daughter relationship. So I've got about 15 minutes before I have to go in and pick up my stuff, so I will continue to listen and drink my coffee and be happy. So I actually just finished talking as fast as I can, and so now I have moved on to I Wish It Could Be Christmas Every Day. So I'm listening to that and heading down to the gym, and I even have coffee on my shirt. So I'm going full Lorelai Gilmore today. I really enjoyed rereading that book though, and it turns out the first time I read it, I did not review it on my blog. So now I can write my review, so that's good. So I am back from the gym. I am showered, and now I am going to go and have some lunch because I'm going live on YouTube in an hour and a half. It's just showing me my Audible thing on my watch and not actually, now Siri's come up, not the actual time. I just want to see the time, but yeah, I am halfway through listening to I Wish It Could Be Christmas Every Day. It's really interesting because it's like an ensemble cast. There's definitely a complicated love story in it, so it kind of ticks off that challenge as well if I don't get round to my Sophie Kinsella book. But it's interesting because it's such an ensemble cast. So we had The Mother of All Christmases last year, and that had like 3 different people in it, but I'm struggling to keep track. I almost feel like I need to listen to the first chapter again because I've like lost it from putting it down after the gym and picking it up again after the shower. But I'm sure we'll get back into it again. But it's cool because you run up from like the 23rd to Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. I think we're going into Boxing Day as well, so we shall see. Right, since I'm going live in 4 minutes, I'm going to make a little pineapple mimosa. So we're opening our Prosecco. And then I had pineapple at lunch, so I had pineapple juice left over. And this is an excuse for it. That was a big pop. It's because I was talking to you instead of concentrating on what I was doing. Wouldn't normally pop that much because then you lose half your bubbles. Nobody wants half their bubbles gone, do they? With a rainbow straw, why not? Just judge it on flavour. Let's see. Want a small amount of pineapple. I could take some more. I hope this isn't going to be that I've put more in and now I need to put more Prosecco in. Ah, that's pretty good. Yeah. And then if I did just put the rest of the pineapple in, I could top up with Prosecco. That makes a lot more sense. Put that in. A bit more Prosecco in. And we got ourselves a nice pineapple mimosa. Cheers. So I think the live went well. I didn't drink all my drink, so I was obviously chatting enough. So now I'm going to put on the pilot episode and bake. I think it's very dangerous putting on this first episode though, because it's going to make me want to watch all of the episodes. That's going to be the thing. It'll just keep playing and then I'll never get back to reading again. But once banana bread's in, I might take the rest of my mimosa and read Pillow Thoughts. We'll see. We shall see. So the banana bread is in the oven, and it's going to be in the oven for an hour. So that is a decent chunk of time to finish off my mimosa and get some reading done. And then I will catch you up with the finished product. We'll see. We shall see. I did put pumpkin spice in it. I think it was supposed to have nuts in it, but I didn't do that. I put pumpkin spice in instead because you know how I feel about pumpkin spice, and you know, watching this fall themed thing. It's very interesting. It's funny how many bits from the title sequence come out of this pilot episode. It's like, oh, that's in the title sequence. Oh, that's in the title sequence. I will not just continue to watch Gilmore Girls. I will go away and read. We're gonna go and do that now. So this is what the banana bread looks like. I don't think it looks too bad. And I read most of Pillow Thoughts whilst it was baking. It's just where the paper's like stuck in. So it's just cooling in the tin just now. But yeah, I read most of Pillow Thoughts while it was baking. But right now, I am going to go and have a little nap because I did not sleep well last night and I was up early to go out and pick up my materials. So I've planned tomorrow's Zoom story time, as well as having read all of Talking as Fast as I Can, more than half of I Wish It Could Be Christmas Every Day, and most of Pillow Thoughts. It's going pretty well, and I didn't think I would do the baking and watching until Friday, so I've also watched an episode of Gilmore Girls and baked banana bread, so I'm gonna have a little nap before it's time to make dinner, because I'm doing dinner tonight too, so it's a busy day. So we just had dinner, also toasted the banana bread. It was fine. I think it'll taste better toasted. Just had it like hot out the oven. It's looking quite pink. So I am at the point where I can just about finish Pillow Thoughts. So I'm going to do that just now. I've got some water on the go to keep me going. And then I also only have like an hour left in my audiobook, so I'll probably finish that and then I can at least review that and Pillow Thoughts and Talking as Fast as I Can, since it turns out that I didn't review it on my blog when I read it the first time. So we'll read some and then we'll review some, and then yeah, I think it'll have been a fairly decent start to day one, considering the fact that I also spent an hour being live on this channel as well. So yeah, pretty impressed so far. I just wanted to show you this illustration. I love these illustrations, and they match the fox and the jellyfish on the front. They all have the jellyfish on, but I like the fact that you've got the different illustrations. I flagged a couple more of them because they just make me smile, to the illustrations for each section. I love this one. Hence the need for flagging it. But yeah, the different sections. I don't know why the cover of this one's curled. I'm gonna have to like flatten it out somewhere because it bugs me a lot. Oh, it doesn't have the different sections, but there's the first illustration at the front there. They're so pretty. So you only get an illustration at the beginning of each new section. There we go, that's the one we started with. And then yeah, it's like if your soul needs to breathe, if your soul is lonely, if your soul is complete, if your soul is hurting, if your soul is grieving. And so you could come back to a particular section that you needed to. I'm just reading it from start to finish. But when I tab up the 1, 2 and 3 that I haven't done yet, I will possibly then just kind of go by section rather than reading them from start to finish. So I finished reading Pillow Thoughts, in case you can't tell, and it was rather glorious, and the section that was the last, almost the last section, If Your Soul Needs a Friend, and then also, not If Your Soul Needs a Friend actually, If Your Soul Needs to Breathe, no, I think it's If Your Soul Needs a Friend, no, this is the one. Yeah, If Your Soul Needs a Friend, so it's like, you know, lifting up. I could have literally tabbed every poem in that one. I loved it. So I have about 20 minutes left of I Wish It Could Be Christmas Every Day. I was hoping to finish it and then write my review, but I think I will write a better review once I've laid down and had some sleep, because I've got a bit of a headache coming on. So I'm going to go and finish listening to that in bed just now. But I'm on to like the sort of, not epilogue, because there is an epilogue, but the post-Christmas bit. So I would say it's the kind of the general epilogue of the story. Even though it's, you know, we do have the epilogue coming up, but things are like tying up. They've gone their separate ways after being snowed in, and yeah, I think it's one of those books where you need to read the whole book to appreciate the bits in the beginning of the book. And once I got it straight in my head that it was like 3 pairs of people, they came in pairs, that was much easier to keep everyone straight. So there's a lot of like bittersweet moments, a lot of self-realization. We've gone on a journey with everybody, and now we're seeing how that journey is affecting them in their like everyday lives, which I really, really do like. And what was it? The name of the place. Why have I forgotten the name of the place already? But it's very like appropriate that I'm reading it during a Gilmore Girls readathon, because the name of it that isn't written down here somewhere, but it's like, it's something like Somewhere Hollow. And I'm like, oh, like Stars Hollow. And they've washed up at the Independence Inn. It's like the night when there was the fire and everything was going on. So there's a lot of parallels there. And yes, definitely some complicated relationships. Small town, set at Christmas. Tick, tick, tick. So yeah, in terms of my like actual challenges that I've ticked off, I think I have possibly read a book in a small town, tick. Read a book that features a mother-daughter relationship, tick. Talking about specifically Rory and Lorelei in Talking as Fast as I Can. Read a book set during fall or winter, tick. This one's set at Christmas. Read a book with complicated love interests, tick. Okay, so here's the one that I haven't ticked off yet, because I have ticked off Bake a Fall Treat and Watch Your Favourite Episode, as you've seen, and I have ticked off read the next book in a series you haven't finished. I've now finished the series. Read a book by an Asian author. I have my short stories, so I'm planning on listening to one of those before bed, and as soon as I finish that one, I will have ticked off all the challenges. So we need to kind of examine the bingo card now. What have we got? Character stays in a hotel. Very much tick. Brown or red book cover. My If You See Me Don't Say Hi is a brown book cover. Contemporary fiction, yes. Character plays an instrument. Haven't done that one yet. I think someone sang. That was it. So yeah, we'll need to go through the less than 250 pages. Is this one less than 250 pages? I feel like it might be. Oh, 272. Wow, didn't see that one coming. Thought this one was shorter. There you go. Character drinks coffee. Yes. I do need to find one that's published between 2000 and 2007. Snow is mentioned. We have that. We have Snow mentioned in Talking as Fast as I Can, and we have Snow mentioned in I Wish It Could Be Christmas Every Day. A character bakes cooks in I Wish It Could Be Christmas Every Day. 5-star read, talking as fast as I can. Probably going to be I Wish It Could Be Christmas Every Day, and definitely that. Set in New England, that's going to be a tricky one. Set in England, yes. But yeah, I've got a couple of options for title begins with G. Character does something reckless or dangerous. That could be, well, we've got the driving in the snow for I Wish It Could Be Christmas Every Day. So there's stuff going on there. I don't have anything that has no mention of cell phones so far. So we could try ticking off some of those. Yeah, could be interesting. Set in a private school, I don't think we're going to be able to tick that one off. And character is an only child. We'll have to wait and see. We will have to wait and see. But yeah, less than 250 pages. I really thought that Pillow Thoughts was going to tick that one off. Anyway, I'm rambling because I'm tired. So I'm going to take this audiobook, this one here, and go to bed and read the first story of If You See Me Don't Say Hi and the end of I Wish It Could Be Christmas Every Day. And I need my phone back in order to do that, so I will talk to you tomorrow. So I listened to the first story in If You See Me Don't Say Hi last night before bed. I finished I Wish It Could Be Christmas Every Day. Now this morning I'm a bit torn as to whether to listen to the next story. I kind of feel like I want to start the new Sophie Kinsella, and I feel like if I kind of start that, I might then get into that today. I don't know, a little bit like I'm gonna have some banana bread that I made yesterday as breakfast just now. It's 8 and I have Zoom story time at 9, so I'm gonna get on with that. And then I've got another one at 10. So again, I will be doing some reading, but you know, the kind for the Gilmore Girls Readathon. So I decided to pick up the Sophie Kinsella novel because that's what I really was craving reading. Plus I'm at my max borrows of Overdrive books, and it's on Overdrive because I pre-ordered it, but then my Overdrive copy came. So because yeah, it actually came out slightly earlier here in the US than in the UK. But having picked that up, I'm like, yes, we've got some complicated love issues. Our main character is a writer, so that's exciting. And then also you pick up a Sophie Kinsella book and you're like, this is it. My mind, my ears, my eyes feel like comfort from reading and listening to her words. They're just so beautifully written. So yes, it's all good. So it's time for some Zoom story times just now, hence the background, ready to read some stories. And yeah, I will probably catch up with you afterwards, but I've read, it's a 10-part book and I've read part 1 basically. So had my banana bread. I've still got a little bit of coffee left on the floor here. Should probably not put it on the floor. So yeah, here's to a good day 2 of the readathon. So story times are done and phone calls and other things are done for the morning. It's still just morning. So I'm going to put my audiobook on again, make some lunch, and then this afternoon we're going to go out, we'll grab a coffee, we'll go for a walk, we'll get some groceries, and then tonight there's a library book party over the internet, of course, and then dinner. And where's the day gone? It's been a bit of a funky morning. Like, it's been busy. We've both been on calls all morning, so I'm gonna be quiet and just listen to a book for a little bit. It's gonna be nice. So I realised I told you I would take you with me on my walk, and then I never did. I went for a walk, hence the looking a little bit hot. And then I spent some time just mooching around Target in the Christmas section and getting the bits that we needed. And now we're back, and I've got about an hour, and then it's the online book party. So we're going to have a kind of starter. Dinner's just split into 2 parts today. So I've put some fizz, because why not? Cheers. I am just over halfway through Love Your Life by Sophie Kinsella, and it's just sucked me in. It's just exactly what I needed, so I'm really pleased that I picked that up. And I also have some mail to share with you as well, I think. Anyway, we'll open it up and check that it's vlog suitable. And yeah, I'll update you in a little bit, but my walk was lovely, and I listened to audiobook on the way round, listened to audiobook in the car on the way back as well, so that was very nice. So we had our little like pre-book party, pre-dinner snack slash starter, and now it is time for the virtual book party, which is always good fun. And I need to get my phone ready to place holds on a lot of these. They email you the list afterwards, so you can place holds on them after the fact, but I'm currently maxed out on loans on Overdrive, which is a bit bad, but once I finish listening to Sophie Kinsella, I can return it and we'll be okay. I don't know how that happened, but yeah, we've been having some little snacks and a little drink, which is nice for a Tuesday night. Why not? Why not?
Get some of her sisters involved, and as they're investigating, they find this secret door by their mansion that leads them to different places around there.
So it's the point in the readathon where we are getting into the bath. I am at 60% of Live Your Life, so it is questionable right now as to whether I will finish that. I want to finish it, but I know that sometimes when I get in the bath I end up watching YouTube and not reading, so that might happen, I don't know. I am also hoping to read another chapter of If You See Me Don't Say Hi before bed, because I feel like I want to make some more progress with that one. However, as I said earlier, I do have everything borrowed on Overdrive right now, so I kind of want to finish Love Your Life because I want to then return it. To free up another borrow, you're thinking, yes, but Katrina, you need to read all of these books within 21 days. But then yesterday I managed to finish 3 books, so I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, gonna get in the bath. I have my water here. It's definitely sort of didn't have time to drink enough, and talking all morning on story times didn't help. And then my hour-long walk in the quite hot sun also made me really thirsty, and I just kind of supplemented that with coffee, which, as we know, doesn't hydrate you. So we're going to definitely finish my thing of water and then maybe some more. Here's the pledge on that one. Reminder to you to hydrate as well. As always, it's that part of the readathon too. So I got some exciting book mail today, which was unexpected. It came with this gorgeous Christmas card, which is like, there it is. Fancy little Christmas sparkle. It's from the lovely people at Books in the City and SJV over there as well. Love that. And then it also came with a hardback finished copy of I Wish It Could Be Christmas Every Day by Millie Johnson, which this isn't probably the best like angle to see it, but can't. The tripod is in the way. I will show you. I'm going to just snip the ribbon, and then I can always put it back together for a picture. There we go. Isn't she beautiful? This is actually like embossed, all of it. Glorious. And as you know, I just finished listening to this. That's very exciting. I'll tip this up just a little bit. There you go. You can see a little bit more of it now. There's the synopsis if you want to pause and read. Love all these books, obviously. But yeah, so nice. And there is the Snow White naked book Very, very cute. It did. Anytime books get sent here from the UK, they always just end up a little bit on the bash side. So it just means that it shows the journey that they've been on. So we have these guys. There you go. And then I also got this very mashed up. It was almost completely flat. Christmas cracker, which I don't think you're meant to pull. So we're going to open it and see what is inside. Gosh, there's a lot of noises tonight, isn't there? Oh look, you can pull the top off. Oh, that's fancy. Again, probably should have saved that for a picture. I think a pulled cracker is just as nice. There is the Fuzzy Duck Frosted Cranberry Refresh Body Wash. I am impressed that this wasn't kind of squirted all over the envelope. I have to say the envelope looked very much the worse for wear. So we've got that, and then of course we've got a hat as well. I'm assuming it's a hat. I wonder if there's a joke in here as well, because the book does feature some Christmas cracker jokes, so there may be a joke in here as well. Let's see. Is that a joke I spy? Ah, that's so exciting. Okay. I don't know if you read that already. What do vampires sing on New Year's Eve? Old Fang Sign. Ah, that's so funny. The book, at the end of the book, has a load of cracker jokes in there, because Millie Johnson, of course, not content with just being a writer, is also an amazing comedian. But yeah, thank you so much to lovely people at Books in the City for this amazing package. It was very unexpected and a lovely surprise to receive today. And now I am going to take my cup of sleepy time tea and take my audiobook and go to bed. So it's time to go to bed. Cheers. So no coffee this morning because I'm out bright and early, so we will go and pick up coffee in a moment. I didn't show you the Starbucks that I got yesterday, but welcome to day 3 of the Readathon. On the drive here, I listened to the last hour of Love Your Life by Sophie Kinsella. I am really torn with this book. I really enjoyed it, but I definitely have some issues with it, and so I think I'm going to sit down and film a review. I might even have it up by the time you're watching this, but I literally have 8 minutes left, so I'm going to listen to the end of that, and then I'm going to go and run a couple of errands, and then we'll pick up coffee and breakfast, and I will try and remember to take you along with me. But yeah, I listened to most of Love Your Life yesterday, and then I got to the point where I couldn't keep my eyes open anymore, so I put on the sleep timer for 15 minutes and just made it to the point where it stopped. This app, it doesn't like slowly like zip down. It's just like, okay, we're at middle of a word, like that's it. So it's quite good because you can like put it back like 15 seconds or whatever, so that works. It's really weird temperature today. It's like not sunny yet, but it's quite warm. I don't know what it is in real degrees because my car is in Fahrenheit. So it's 13, so like I've got a jacket on, but if I put the aircon on, it's a bit cold. Put it off, it's a bit warm. 45's too fast to have the windows open, so I'm just complaining about the temperature. I have other things I could complain about, but we're not going to, because I'm going to finish this book and then try and compose my thoughts, because I really enjoyed it and I love Sophie Kinsella's writing, but that I have some really major issues, and I think for once I don't want a happy ending, and I think it's going to give me a happy ending, and I don't think that that's what's right. What do you think of today's mask, by the way? Official Disney snack tester, which matches my Disney dress and Disney jacket and Disney handbag. Should really have some Disney shoes. I have a coffee. I have a short almond milk latte. I'm not going to take a sip right now because it feels really hot. And now we're going to go and get some breakfast. So it's still dull. Almost like, if I didn't know better, I'd say it might be about to rain. We shall see. I got a little Christmas combo. This is a holiday turkey breakfast sandwich, and then this is a spiced iced latte. You can see the spice in it, that's quite cool. And I got this with almond milk and less syrup. So we're not all about that sweetness. I think we might be the wrong way around. We'll see. If you're keeping count, this is a cup of coffee number 3. It's not too bad. Yep. I got a cold brew with a splash of coconut milk. So I've had one seasonal drink today. Have had a seasonal drink. Oh, there we go. Sorry. Yes, reading update. I finished Sophie Kinsella. I'm going to sit down and film a review of that one. And I then had a conversation with somebody about Dash and Lily. So I decided to start 12 Days with Dash and Lily. And I'm really pleased that I did, because I really want to read Mind the Gap. Because obviously that's the new one. And 12 Days of Dash and Lily, I think, is only like a 5-hour audiobook, so we should be able to listen to that today, but it's making me feel very festive. I'd forgotten quite how festive that one was. It's definitely a little more festive than Dash and Lily's Book of Dares, which, you know, I still think that the TV show is festive. Made my book versus movie video talking about that. Link it up above. But while I was doing my pickups, I did nip into the Disney store, and I did find part of the Minnie Mouse main attraction collection, just hiding in plain sight. I tried to get some of this collection and I couldn't. Look, I have the It's a Small World one, which I also just kind of looked out on getting. They just had one available as I was shopping online, so then getting the Haunted Mansion one when I had actually, these people have been walking around for ages looking for their car. I'm like, just take a picture. If you're someone that often loses your car, take a picture of where you parked it. I'm like, especially if you're at a mall, did you park it outside Macy's or not? Like, anyway, I have the It's a Small World one, and I tried to get the Haunted Mansion one because I think the colours are just beautiful. And the Jungle Cruise one is available online as we're talking. By the time I get home, it might not be. I meant to yesterday sign up for that one. Was yesterday, wasn't it? Yeah, today's the 18th. But it does seem to be available. They also have one of like the Dumbo plush ones. They're just, did you see the bag from the main, I think they found the car. They found the car, sorry. Did you see the bag for the main attraction for Peter Pan? It was stunning, it was beautiful, but the fact that I found that Haunted Mansion mug, just meant to be, and it was just like on a shelf, just sitting there. So I did get that. I know if I hadn't gone into Disney Store, I wouldn't have got that, but hey. Everything else I paid for with gift cards I already had. So it's okay that I bought that mug, it's fine. So I'm gonna plug in, keep listening to 12 Days of Dash and Lily, go home, and then I have my pedicure this afternoon, so that should be nice. Here's the finished result of the pedicure. We went with a sparkly pink, which is quite classic me. Hopefully it should last me, I don't know. Who knows when things are going to close and open and that here. I did just make a peppermint tea because I'm about to film a couple of videos, including my review of Love Your Life by Sophie Kinsella, because it's sticking with me. So I need to cleanse my thoughts and talk it through with you all. So I've worked out they'll actually be up possibly into December now, because you'll be seeing this last week of November, so it'll be up next week as you are seeing this video. But yes, had my pedicure, and then I had wicked indigestion from lunch, so I was just kind of chilling out, listening to the 12 Days of Dash and Lily, which I actually finished listening to. I think part of the motivation to listen to it is because Dash and Lily, the book and the TV show, are so fresh in my mind, and also I really want to get on to Mind the Gap, Dash and Lily. So I think that's why I was like, yes, we're going to do this. And once I got into it, I was like, I know I've read this and I've reviewed this, and so I feel like I should remember more of it. I gave it 5 stars on Goodreads. I think the nice thing about it is that, like, the first book in the series is very, like, whimsical, and we go on this adventure that I'm not sure if, like, real New York teens would actually go on this adventure, really. That's a great thing about reading a book, isn't it? Whereas the 12 Days of Dash and Lily is like, okay, now we've gone on this adventure and we found each other, let's get back to reality. This is what reality looks like. So for the Gilmore Girls Athon, this could count as my book with an Asian character in it, even though I am listening to If You See Me Don't Say Hi, but Lily and her family are obviously Asian American, and so, well, I believe her grandfather is Asian and her parents are Asian American. So it could count as my book for the Gilmore-athon. But I do want to read Mind the Gap, Dash and Lily, even though it wasn't on my Gilmore-athon TBR or my Nonfiction November TBR. And I do have other things that are on my Nonfiction November TBR. But I think it might be a nice one to sort of listen to today, and then I can dip into some nonfiction because tomorrow is a busy day, so I can dip into some more nonfiction tomorrow. But I'm gonna get these videos filmed, and then I will catch up with you in a little bit. Appropriate given the fact that I'm reading a book around Strand Bookstore in New York that I use my Strand mug. I don't know why I didn't think of this sooner. I am just about to finish Mind the Gap, Dash and Lily. It does read well going from 12 Days Dash and Lily into Mind the Gap, Dash and Lily. So I've just made some breakfast and as you saw, some coffee. I don't even think that I updated you that I'd started reading it. I just really wanted to start reading it, so I did, and it's easy to listen to, easy to fly through. The only thing is where the audiobook of Dash and Lily and the audiobook of 12 Days of Dash and Lily are very good, and I always recommend the audiobooks. I think if you can, doing this not on audiobook would be best, because our characters, as you can tell from the cover and reading the synopsis, go to London and the surrounding areas and obviously meet people with English accents and Scottish accents and maybe other accents. I say maybe other accents because I don't know what accents these narrators are putting on. Again, if you have a book where you have accents in your book, then hire somebody to read your book who can do accents. Like, these narrators do a great job in the first 2 Dash and Lily books, but they can't do accents, and so you should have got someone else. Like, bring someone else in to do the British accent, somebody who can do a London accent, somebody who can do you know, a sort of upper class RP accent. It's this thing where there's certain sounds that I know my accent is the same as the people I talk to here on, like, the ah sound and on a lot of the sort of eh sounds, and they just like exaggerate them and have them putting an R sound in, like, so changing apple to apple and things like that, and it's like, that's very weird. I've never heard anyone call it apple, and I've lived all over the UK. And then there's this person who is, I think, supposed to be Scottish. There was comparisons to Outlander, so I'm assuming this character is supposed to be Scottish. And just, yeah, sounds like they are trying to make fun of like maybe a Scandinavian accent. Maybe like a combination of like a Scandinavian, a Canadian, and a really badly done Irish accent, and then like mash those together. Don't think there's anything Scottish about it, and it's really, really, really off-putting. However, I only have about 20 minutes left of that one, so I'm going to eat my breakfast, finish listening to that, and then yeah, today is a busy day, so I think we'll pick up some non-fiction in the car. I think that's what we'll do. I do have like 3 that I'm like pumped and ready to go for. The reason I deviated from the TBR and went for this one was because I was just like pumped and ready to listen to it. But yeah, I think I would like to pick up the not audio version of it, but I think I have a hold in the library. So cheers. Good morning, day 4. Busy day, busy day. So I finished listening to Mind the Gap Dash and Lily, and then started listening to Group. I'm not that far into it, so I will tell you a little bit more about it when I am further into it. I had, speaking of Group, I had book Group, and then I went and got my manicure. Do we like? What do we think? And then I am now back very briefly, just to kind of get my bits together and ready to go to work. I need to pick up lunch on the way to work, and so I will be listening as we're doing that. I think I'll continue to listen to Group and then start Promised Land tomorrow. Why is there always a bump here? But yes, I will take you some more. Since we are doing Gilmore Girls Readathon, I have another coffee shirt on today, as well as my coffee earrings. I hope you appreciate this attention to detail for, you know, really channeling my inner Gilmore. We're gonna get more into this. We are. So I said it was going to be busier today, day to day, and there's very much proof in that. As I showed you, I got coffee on the way back. So for those of you keeping track of the number of coffees, I had 2 cups this morning and then a cup after work this evening. Yeah, I didn't update you between when I came back and when I went out. Did that training, and then we've just had dinner, and now I've just run a lovely bath. So I'm hoping to be able to do a little bit more reading in the bath. On my journeys out and about today, I did listen to, we're probably at the halfway point of Group by, I want to say, Christie, Tate. I do have a copy of the book, so I'll show you it at some point. But I have the audio. I believe it's read by the narrator. I feel like I should know more about this before chatting to you about it. I believe it's read by the narrator. But I've been listening to that. That is non-fiction. It begins with G. I realise I'm now on the end of day 4 of the readathon, and we haven't talked about the bingo card at all. But I'm going to have some more reading time tomorrow, so maybe we'll look at what we've read and look at where it fits into the challenges and the bingo card. But I will let you know before going to bed if I read any more of Group and where we're going to go on to next. Can't decide what I would like to read next. It might be to do with what's going to be due back at the library and what isn't. So I did listen to some more audiobook in the bath. Be proud of me. My eyes are like tired. And then I have a physical proof, which was given to me by a friend of mine. And so I was able to check. The author name is Christie Tate. And then I was able to check where I was as well. So I stopped at the end of a chapter. I love when you can do a sleep timer for the end of a chapter in an audiobook. Couldn't on this case because I was using Overdrive. Can you do that on Libby? If you use Libby, let me know. I've been reluctant to switch over because I tried a couple of times and it seemed difficult. But if you can stop at the end of a chapter and speed it up to more than 2 times the speed, I might be sold. But yeah, I am on chapter 30, which is page 209. And the book itself is, let's see, 279. I know that's acknowledgements, which I don't. It's funny, when I'm reading a book, it's like the first thing that I read, whether it's a physical book or an ebook, but I don't always listen to them in an audiobook. I think because I listen to my audiobooks faster, and so them saying the acknowledgements faster doesn't sound quite right. So 276. So I've got like 70 pages left. But yeah, it's a small font one. But yeah, being the Gilmore Girls, Readathon, we got the combination of coffee and books, the perfect Rory Gilmore combination. Yay! And I just made my sleepy time tea in my same Strand mug. I can't remember if you saw the other side of that or not. It's one of my favourites. There's a sleepy time honey, in case you were wondering. But I was in the bath and I remembered that I hadn't put the content into tomorrow's blog post because I'd prepped it all to go, but I was waiting on the content because it's a blog tour. So now I have the content, which is an author interview, very exciting. So I'm going to just pop that in and format it, and then we'll be good to go. For some reason, well, I may have ranted about this in a different vlog, but for some reason the blogger update that it did, it now doesn't like me pasting things in from Office, and so it likes to, oh my goodness, where is it? There it is. It likes to put it in so it just looks like every line is one on top of the other. If anyone knows like a hack to make the most recent blogger update less bad, let me know, because it's doing things like, it says that my time zone is UK time, and yet it still publishes things. If I say 7 a.m, it publishes it at 7 a.m. Denver time, which is really, really weird because 7 a.m. Denver time is 2 p.m. No, yeah, 2 p.m. And why would I want to publish at 2 p.m. when I have always published at 8 p.m. 7 a.m. I'll paste this in and stop talking. But yeah, if I've got 70 pages left, I'm at 209. I'm 3/4 of the way through, so I should update that on Goodreads as well. It's been a long day. I don't know how I'm still functioning at 11:15 at night, but tomorrow should be quieter. We're not jinxing it. Right, we're off to the gym, and I've decided that we're going to listen to More Than a Woman because it's just come back available again on Scribd, so we're going to listen to that. Interesting shadows. Weird. This bit is making me laugh so much. She's talking about like words for male arousal versus words for female arousal. It was just amazing. I needed this book. I really needed this book. It's so funny so far. So we have had lunch, finished gym, did lunch. I am loving More Than a Woman. I mean, I knew I would, but I'm just like, laughing out loud at it. So it is fabulous. And now I have changed into my I'd rather be watching Gilmore Girls shirt very appropriately. And I'm just making some more coffee also very appropriately. We're not carrying on with some pumpkin spice, we're switching it up because I had an open packet of White Russian, so we'll do White Russian. Probably won't start with putting, you know, actual White Russian in it as creamer, but who knows where the day will take us. It is Friday, and I'm gonna listen to some more of Moran and just chill out, but I'm just quite tired right now. I'm really glad I chose to pick that one up. I do know why I've been putting it off, because I've been waiting for it to come back on to be able to listen to on script. I had to wait until yesterday, and it kind of like took until the end of the day yesterday. Half the stuff came on in the morning, half the stuff came on in the evening. It's just weird, but yeah, I'm gonna pour some coffee, listen to some more of that because it's very good. So we had dinner and watched some TV, and now I've just made a little Bailey's iced coffee, which, I mean, I think the Gilmores would probably approve of. I have not posted anything else on Instagram this week. Should do that, but have not done that. However, I am now going to keep listening to More Than a Woman by Moran, because I'm really, really enjoying it. And yeah, just chill out. It is the end of day 5, and I'm excited that I'm probably going to finish this one before going to bed. I've been doing well at kind of like knocking out a book a day. This is why I haven't started A Promised Land, because it's so long. I know I couldn't finish it in a day because it literally says that listening time is like 1 day and 5 hours, so that's not gonna happen. So yeah, I don't know what I will start next, but I do have some other things on my TBR, as you know, and I know I need to talk about the bingo card, and I keep thinking about it, so we'll listen to some and then maybe we'll come back, reconvene and talk about the bingo card. We shall see. It's not been a very sort of like vloggy day today, but we'll probably go out and enjoy. It's meant to be a bit cooler again tomorrow, so probably go out and enjoy some a walk or something somewhere, so that should be nice. Let's see how we're doing on the bingo card. So staying or traveling in a hotel, we definitely did that because the I Wish It Could Be Christmas Every Day is set in a hotel. Brown or red book cover is my If You See Me Don't Say Hi. Contemporary fiction, done a few of those. I don't think I've read a debut. No mention of cell phones. There was no mention of cell phones in Pillow Thoughts. Characters close to their mom, we have that in the Moran book that I am listening to, and also Lauren Graham talking about Rory and Lorelai in Gilmore Girls. Let's see, set in New England, no. Character plays an instrument. I'm really trying hard to think of that one. Okay, title begins with G. Did I not have one where the title began with G? Yes, group, that's right. Which I suppose is her debut as well. That's her one and only book. Yeah, that's cool. Character does something reckless or dangerous, absolutely. She does stuff dangerous in groups, so I should just name my free space and then I'd have a line across the middle here. Multiple point of view, that would be the Christmas one, I Wish It Could Be Christmas Every Day. Don't have a love triangle. Do I have an only child? Is Dash an only child in the Dash and Lily books? I think he is, you know. Set in a private school. I don't know about Dash and Lily's schools. I mean, we've got like Oxford University, well, Brasenose College, Oxford, which you have to pay money to attend, so I'm counting that. Do you know what? I don't think there's anything with flowers on the cover, but I will go and check. Character bakes, cooks, yes. Lily bakes, characters cook in all of them, all the fiction books that I've read so far. 5-star read, absolutely. More Than a Woman, definitely a 5-star read. And I also really enjoyed my reread of the 12 Days of Dash and Lily. Let's see. Character drinks coffee, yes. I will check this one. Snow is mentioned in I Wish It Could Be Christmas Every Day. Struggling for this one. And then character comes from a wealthy family. They're Matt in Love Your Life. His parents have this like doll's house business that is makes them definitely wealthy. So yeah, if I decide what's in this free space here, then I've got a line right through the middle here and a line right through the middle there. And then we will check on a publication date, check if there's any stories set in New England. I don't think there is. Character plays an instrument, and then I'm gutted that Pillow Thoughts is not less than 250 pages. I wonder if I pick up Dandelion, which does have flowers on the cover, if it is less than 250 pages, because I do want to read that one. We shall see. And then the Rory Gilmore reading list, I was never ever going to get that one. But yeah, I had to wait for the love triangle thing for a little bit. I mean, does Edgar Thibault count as a love triangle in Dash and Lily? I don't know. I don't think so. I wouldn't personally count it, but yeah, that's where we're at so far. We'll see how we're getting on. So a lot happened since I last spoke to you. I finished listening to More Than a Woman by Moran. It was amazing. Like 100% 5 stars. Love her. Wanted to go back to the beginning and start listening again. And then because that obviously deals with like talk of all things to do with women and women's bodies and stuff like that. My period, It's About Bloody Time book, my TBR had period, It's About Bloody Time on it, so I started listening to that. That is by Emma Barnett, and it deals with all things period and menstruating and the history of it and the tampon tax and what happens when, you know, you get your period when you're homeless, what happens when you get your period when you are trans, what happens if you are a woman but you don't have a womb, menopause, etc., including words for talking about periods in education, which obviously is near and dear to my heart, having taught that kind of thing at school. And I started listening to it and I finished listening to it because it was very good, and I just was enjoying being educated and having an opinion. And it's interesting because they talked a lot about like menstrual leave for people, and the pros and cons of that, and ultimately the author was on the like anti that side, and so it was interesting because you kind of would expect her to be on the pro that side, but she kind of delivered both sides of it, which I thought was really, really good. It was unexpected and really good. So then I started listening to The Body Is Not an Apology, since we were listening to all things to do with being a woman and menstruating and bodies. We'll go on that theme. And it's been a while since I've done that's a lie, because I started listening to the 12 Days of Dash and Lily because I'd watched Dash and Lily and then listened to Mind the Gap Dash and Lily. So I'm obviously on I need my reads to be connected kind of run. So there we have it. I'm not sure how much that I listened to because I was in bed and it was dark. But yeah, I listened to a nice sort of chunk of that. The beginning, it, you know, led me into it nicely, and now we're making some coffee, and it's day 6 morning. So yes, we'll be listening to some more later and probably going out for a walk today, but now I need to do our weekend calling because it is the weekend. So having a little bit of Christmas tea. It does smell quite licorice-y. Not gonna lie, haven't done any reading yet today, but I had a really good reading day yesterday, so it makes up for it, it's fine. So right now I'm gonna go and run a bath because, as you know, if you've already watched this far in the vlog, I get more reading done in the bath. I'm like a captive audience. I would really like to finish The Body is an Apology today, and then tonight try and listen to another couple of stories from If You See Me Don't Say Hi, and then we can finish that off tomorrow. Okay, the bath is all ready. I have my tea, I have some water. We're gonna listen to some more of The Body Is Not an Apology and get in this bath. It's gonna be awesome. I will let you know where I get to. So I did finish The Body Is Not an Apology whilst listening in the bath, and then I read another story from If You See Me Don't Say Hi. So I am going to now go to bed and listen to at least another one of these. Yeah, I think the next one is, let's see, so many pages to get to the contents page. This one's like 20 pages long. The one after that's only 16 pages long. So we'll aim for one, but hope for two. And then, yes, want to finish this off tomorrow. I would also really like to pick up Dandelion tomorrow because this would complete my challenge of having a flower on the cover. And actually, both of these are under 250 pages. So if I finish either of these tomorrow, that ticks off that challenge as well. So yes, we need to tick that off. So we can tick off less than 250 pages because I'm definitely going to finish If You See Me Don't Say Hi tomorrow. And then I just need to double check that nothing that I've read was published between 2000 and 2007 and decide what this free space is going to be, because then I've definitely got a line here, definitely got a line here, but if I can find one that fits that one, I can cross that one off. And if I can find one that fits that one, then I can cross that one off. And I just realised literally last night, all three of the non-fiction books that I went in a loop reading yesterday was all about females. So I'm taking off that mainly female cast of characters. It's interesting haven't had the love triangle thing. I don't think. If we're thinking that Edgar Tiro counts in Dash and Lily 12 Days Of, then we could put that in, but I don't know. Unsure. But yeah, if I read Dandelion tomorrow, then I can definitely take off Flowers on the cover. And then, you know, maybe I'll start with Obama. Maybe I'll start with Greenlight. We shall see. It's definitely been a more low-key Saturday after a busy Friday of reading. I love it. I love that I felt so compelled to just keep reading. I did feel it a bit today though, I have to say. It's been a while since I stayed up late reading. So now we're gonna go to bed. We're gonna rectify that by going to bed. So I am on the last story of If You See Me, Don't Say Hi. So I'm going to finish that and I'm going to make a cup of coffee, and I think then I'm going to sit down and listen to, whilst reading, Dandelion, and then we'll see if we have time this evening if I want to start / aim to finish Greenlights. We shall see. I will update you. We went out and picked up the grocery order that I had done. Then we picked up Starbucks and brunch, all curbside. Love it. And then we had brunch, and then I've just been listening, and we've both been kind of like tidying. I've taken out the trash. I feel like I've taken out the trash many times. So yeah, we'll go make another cup of coffee because I've only had 3 so far today, for those of you counting. And we're back in the Gilmore Girls top. I did just finally remember to take a picture for Instagram as well, because I feel like I did one on Monday and then I just forgot for the rest of the week. But it has actually been nice not kind of, I don't know, I've been posting on my stories a little bit, but I haven't been posting pictures. I don't know, maybe I like consciously, subconsciously, maybe that's why I've got more reading done this week, because I haven't been worrying about Instagram. I've still been keeping up with like liking other people's photos and stuff like that, 'cause you can do that while listening. But yeah, posted for the first time in a little while, so yeah, let's go make that coffee. So let's see what I managed to read. I did manage to complete all the challenges, and I managed to get like a couple of lines on the bingo square, which you'll have seen anyway. So I started off reading / listening to Talking as Fast as I Can by Lauren Graham, which is very bright, and I listened to this on audiobook. This one was 224 pages. Obviously I did the audio though, and then I listened to as well, but I do have a physical book of I Wish It Could Be Christmas Every Day, which is just stunningly beautiful, and which you just missed out on getting here before I just posted my most recent book haul. So if I get any other books in December, you'll see this one in December. But yeah, I did the audio of this one. It was very good audio, but then you'll have seen, you don't need to know, this one was 416 pages. And then I also read Pillow Thoughts Part 4 and tabbed it all up. This one's just stunning, and this one was 288 pages. And then I listened to, this was basically just an audiobook week for me, listened to Love Your Life by Sophie Kinsella. I did sit down and film a whole video talking about this one, which is coming up next week for you. It's all uploaded and ready to go, because I had some issues with it. There's the US cover for you, and that one is 432 pages. And then I went down my rabbit hole of Dash and Lily rabbit hole. That's really not too bad, is it? don't know why we're not scrolling. So I did the 12 Days of Dash and Lily, which is 240 pages. I did do the audiobook though, but I just had to pick up the physical book from my library because it's so pretty. So pretty. I am on hold for the physical book of the other Dash and Lily book, which is Mind the Gap, Dash and Lily, and these are obviously by Rachel Cohn and David Levithan. You'll have seen that I uploaded a book versus movie video for the original Dash and Lily's Book of Dares, which is on Netflix. Highly recommend it. Highly recommend it. And that one was 256 pages. Then I did If You See Me, Don't Say Hi, and this one was 224 pages. In case you haven't noticed, I didn't realise that so many of the books that I read tick off that bingo square of less than 250 pages because I was busy trying to like find one that was less than 250 pages. And then I listened to and loved More Than a Woman by Moran. This one comes up as many different page counts on Goodreads, so I kind of split the difference and went down the middle and was like, it feels like it was about this length. This one was 288 pages, but it seems to like vary by nearly 100 pages depending on where you look. And I do appreciate that, you know, a Kindle book and a hardback and a paperback book do have different lengths, but still. Then I listened to Greenlights by Matthew McConaughey. This one was the last one that I finished, and this one is 308 pages. And I listened to Period, It's About Bloody Time. This one does actually have a new cover that I saw when I was kind of like filling in my Goodreads thing, but I really like this cover. The other cover has to do with the like drop of blood emoji, which she talks about in the book, so it does make a lot of sense. But I like this cover. You can't see the like detail. There we go. Hey, let's focus on that, not my face. There you go. All the different things on there. And this one was 285 pages. And then I read and listened to, which was a wonderful experience, Dandelion by Gabbie, Hanna. This one was 256 pages. So this one doesn't even count as the less than 250 pages one. Even though I was like, I need to read Dandelion because it'll tick off this challenge. But yes, loved this one. And then I also read Group by Christie Tate. This was part of my Nonfiction November reads, and also it's one that begins with G. A couple of things that begin with G that I ticked off on my bingo card. And this one was also 288 pages. I feel like there was a couple of books that I read that come up as exactly the same length on Goodreads. Whether that's accurate or not, we don't know. And then I also listened to The Body Is Not an Apology, The Power of Radical Self-Love by Sonya Renee Taylor. And this one was great because it's read by the author. I really didn't talk an awful lot about reading this one because it's the one that I picked up straight after finishing Period, It's About Bloody Time. And I was in bed at the time and I just kind of like started it and carried on binging it just like I did with the one before that after reading the Moran one, and this one comes up as 159 pages. Again, not 100% sure that's accurate because it is like a 5-hour audiobook, which feels a bit more like 159 pages to me. But hey, that was kind of the only page count I could come up with on Goodreads, so we shall see. So my grand total, drum roll please, are you drum rolling, is 3,663 pages or 13 books. I either read really short books or over 400 page books. I don't think I have anything in that like 300 page bracket at all, which is my like average length of books I read, because the Millie Johnson and the Sophie Kinsella were both over 400 pages and everything else was like in the 200s, which is like a little bit mind-blowing to me. That's not how I normally roll. I normally read like 300 page-ish books. Different reading week for me, definitely, and a really good and productive reading week. I love the fact that I kind of went with what I wanted to read as I was reading it. The only thing I think I read, because it was like returning to the library, was Group, and also If You See Me, Don't Say Hi. I was really trying to read to tick off my like features an Asian character or is written by an Asian author, and it wasn't my favorite, and I think it's because I just put that extra pressure to read it. But aside from that, I had a really good reading week. I hope you enjoyed the vlog. It's definitely a long one, and so if you have watched it all, then more power to you. Let me know in the comments, do you prefer your vlogs to be on the longer side, or do you prefer them to be shorter? Because we do have Vlogmas coming up, so I have some like sit down videos ready to go for Vlogmas, but then I also want to do some vlogs as well. So do you prefer like shorter, like this is just a day, or this is just a weekend type vlog, or do you prefer longer, we're having a whole week, we're sitting down for an hour here type vlog? And do you watch it on regular speed, or do you speed it up? I do tend to, like my audiobooks, speed up my YouTube videos as I'm watching them. Now I've learned how to do it. It took me a while to remember. I'd find it and then I'd forget again. Anyway, like I say, let me know in the comments if you prefer the longer vlog, and also can we just like applaud me for a moment for the fact that I just watched that one episode of Gilmore Girls. I am wearing my I'd rather be watching Gilmore Girls t-shirt, and so the fact that I just watched that one episode and didn't watch any more, I'm very proud of myself for doing that. It was a bit of a busy week, but we made it count and we enjoyed what we read. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you are subscribed and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on the first Vlogmas video coming your way. I have a movie review coming up for you at the weekend, and then after that we are straight into Vlogmas from December the 1st onwards. So come and join me. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. As I say, let me know in the comments your vlog style preferences, and I will see you with my movie review on Sunday, and then I will see you with my first Vlogmas video. Thanks for watching.